Hey everybody, this is Coach Emmett coming to you from beautiful Georgetown, Texas here in room 122. Hope you're having a great evening. Hope we took care of Forbes and crushed them in all, let's see, 8 games tonight. That'd be a wonderful thing to come out of there with 8 wins. I'm challenging y'all. All right, so today we're going to go into elimination using addition and subtraction. But first, I'm going to give you the review problems. I want you to work these out and come to class with the answers. We're going to go through them really quickly as soon as you get to class, and we'll rock and roll there. All right, so I'm going to put each of them up for a few seconds. That way you can pause them and look at them. Okay, so now we're going to start into, I probably scared some of y'all with me saying okay like that. That's fun. All right, so now we're going to use elimination. Basically, guys, what we're doing is we are eliminating one of these variables. When we line up all the variables and line up the equal sign, just like it is, see how the x's are lined up, the y's are lined up, and the numbers are lined up? We can just draw an equal sign underneath it. Well, a better equal sign than that. All right, something like that. And we can actually add these straight down, okay? So negative 3x and 3x. Well, what we're doing is we're trying to eliminate one of the variables. So negative 3x and 3x is 0. So I'll go ahead and put a 0 right there for you. 4y minus 6y is negative 2y equals 12 plus 18 is 30. All right? So now we look at this and we can get rid of that and just go negative 2y equals 30. And we divide by a negative 2 and divide by a negative 2. Y equals negative 15. Pretty easy way. This works really well when you've got the same coefficients right here, and especially if one of them's negative, one of them's positive. All right, as soon as we've got one of these as negative 15, I'm going to take them up. I'm going to choose the top one just because I think it looks a little bit easier. And I'm going to put that negative 15 in for y. So negative 3x plus 4 times negative 15 equals 12. Okay? So I've got negative 3x minus 60 equals 12. Negative 3x equals 72. I just added 60 to both sides to get rid of that. I'm going to divide by negative 3, divide by a negative 3. X equals negative 20, I think it's 24, isn't it? Yep, 24. So my answer to this is pretty nasty looking, but negative 24, comma, negative 15. All right, that would be my answer that I would turn in if I said use elimination to solve the systems. Remember, we're solving for a point. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Oh, man, I meant to go like this. Look at that. You've got the answers if you go back and pause it because I'm not re-recording this. Okay, so here we go. If I look right here, the easiest ones to eliminate look to be, let me change the pen color here, look to be the 5y's. All right, we've got a negative 5y, we've got a positive 5y. Those are opposites, so it's just going to equal 0 right there. Well, 3x plus 2x is 5x equals 10. So I've got 5x equals 10. If I divide both sides by 5, x equals 2. So now, what do you think you do? Take this, put it back in for one of those problems. I'm going to put it in the top one just because it's on the top. All right. 3 times 2 minus 5y equals 1. This would be 6 minus 5y equals 1. I'm going to subtract 6 and subtract 6. I've got negative 5y equals negative 5. Divide by a negative 5. Divide by a negative 5. Y equals 1. So my answer to this would be 2, 1. Right like that. Okay, let's keep going. Now we're doing elimination using addition and subtraction. So now I'm going to subtract. And while it says subtract, really what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bottom one right here and I'm going to put a negative sign in front of it. Now, putting a negative sign inside parentheses or outside parentheses means that everything inside the parentheses changes signs. So watch this. I've got 4x minus 4x. Well, that's 0. 2y minus a negative 3y. Wait, two negative signs together, that means plus. So 2y plus 3y gives me 5y. 28 minus 18 gives me 10. So that turned out pretty easy right there by putting that negative sign in. Make sure you are using that negative sign on everything inside the parentheses. Y equals 2. I can go back and choose either one. I'm going to choose the top one just because it's all positives. Okay, so 4x plus 2 times 2 equals 28. 4x plus 4 equals 28. Minus 4 minus 4. 4x equals 24. X equals 6. So the solution to this would be 6, 2. And remember, you can go back and check this by putting a 6 in for X and a 2 in for Y and making sure that it comes up to a true statement. If you get a false statement or something that's wrong, it's not going to work. All right. Oh, I did block this one out. Haha, I'm mean. All right. Go ahead and try to solve this one. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bottom one. It doesn't have to be the bottom. You can put the top one in there, but it makes more sense for me personally to put it on the bottom. Okay, go right like that. 9x minus x is 8x. Negative 2y minus negative 2y. Oh, wait, that's a plus. So that's going to be 0 equals 30 minus 14, which is 16. Divide by 8, divide by 8. X equals 2. So now that I know x equals 2, I'm going to use the bottom equation this time because there's just an x. And I'm going to say 2 minus 2y equals 14. Minus 2 minus 2. Negative 2y equals 12. Y equals negative 6. So my answer is going to be 2, negative 6. Right like that. Okay. That's it. That's all we've got. Yeah, I bet you thought you were going to hear the announcement, but I paused it before it went off. Okay. All right, that's it. Make sure you get those questions done, and we'll go over them as soon as we get to class. That's a good review for the day before. Other than that, guys, we'll see you tomorrow in class. Later.